I know who Cassidy and Dave, crying child, truly possess. Throughout the years of FNAF, these two motherfuckers have been one of its greatest mysteries. These two kids have caused many theorists to cry, "Yeah, I'm looking at you, MatPat, but I think I have an answer now." On night 5 in the week before, you can dial the numbers 1983, where you hear the recording of the crying child, or Dave, getting bitten. Afterwards you get killed, most likely by Golden Freddy, since the same noise for the bite was used for that death, even though it never says what killed Ralph, phone guy. This basically proves that the crying child, Dave, is at least partially possessing Golden Freddy. However, there is no mention of Cassidy at all because Scott likes watching us suffer. No offense, Scott, love your work. My best guess is that Dave's soul was split, with part of it in Golden Freddy and part of it lost and wandering, since his body is separate from his soul in Golden Freddy. The books tell us that, "It's me," is said by all animatronics, probably as a way for the animatronics to try to keep themselves together. But Golden Freddy could still say "it's me" more because he recognizes his brother. Also, people think Cassidy possesses Golden Freddy because he kills you, but Dave might be angry at Michael for literally killing him. So yes, Golden Freddy might kill his brother's pissed off. The only question left about Golden Freddy is why can't he move? Well, I agree with dual process theory that the crying child, Dave, was spring-locked to try to put him back together, but when William didn't notice any changes he took the body out. I believe this is why Golden Freddy can't move. Because his body and spirit are separated. So is Cassidy also in Golden Freddy? The answer is no. So then who does Cassidy possess? Well, to do that, we need to understand the puppet. The puppet has been around since FNAF 2, and even though we might not actually see her all the time, she has secretly been in every game, hunting William Afton and helping the dead kids. She is the one to free their spirits, including Dave, the crying child, and she was also the one to help them figure out how to possess the suits they were in. The puppet creates the happiest day, where it shows Golden Freddy and the other 4 original souls move on. But we know the puppet doesn't, and neither does Cassidy because she's an angsty teen or a dead kid robot animal thing. FNAF World is highly theorized to be Charlotte in the mind of Dave, putting together the happiest day, trying to find it. And in doing so, as Glitch Fredbear and Old Man Consequences says, she gets stuck. But she does succeed. So the happiest day minigame shows Gabriel, Jeremy, Susie, Fritz, and Dave moving on, and it looks like the puppet does too. But FNAF 6 tells us she doesn't, so I think this is showing her escaping Dave's mind once he moves on. But with that all covered, who possesses the puppet? The answer is Charlie Emily, the daughter of Henry Emily, William Afton's business partner and robotic genius. She was killed by William in a drunken rage and left outside the Pizzerara where the security puppet found her. Due to rain, the puppet collapsed next to her, and so Charlie's souls went into the puppet. But the thing is, Charlie's name never appeared in the game. Every other name has appeared somehow, either by the voice actors or in the files or just in the game. The name Charlie is from the FNAF trilogy. We called the puppet Charlie because both characters are the daughter of Henry Emily. But names aren't always the same in the books. After all, Golden Freddy in the books was a boy named Michael. Cassidy is in fact Cassidy Emily. But if Cassidy is the puppet, then the puppet would also have to be the vengeful spirit. To be the vengeful spirit, the puppet would have to, 1. Have a unique and painful death that creates lots of agony. 2. Act as a form of leader for the MCI. 3. Be able to be in the fire of FNAF 6. And the puppet matches all of this. The puppet's death has always been unique, being the only one not stuffed into a suit. But I always felt that based on William and Henry's friendship, William sorta became an uncle to her. So being killed by him must have caused a lot of agony, to be killed by someone you trust. The puppet was in the FNAF 6 fire, since Lefty was designed by Henry to capture her. This thus makes it possible for the puppet to create UCN. And the puppet has always been like a leader to the MCI, being the one to give life, and the one to put their souls to rest. And perhaps be the leader here to Springlock William. Not to mention the night marionette is literally the mascot for UCN. The reason people didn't think the puppet was the vengeful spirit was because the puppet's voice lines in UCN makes her seem not angry at William, just annoyed. But what if that represents the remnant of her, the good memories, and the agony / the night marionette, is the one in charge of UCN. People also assume that Cassidy is Golden Freddy because of the cutscenes at the end of 4920 mode in UCN. But I always thought that was simply the vengeful spirit showing William his biggest regret, the death of his second favorite. But then who is the fifth missing kid? It's still Cassidy. I agree with dual process theory that in a drunken rage after William thought he was unsuccessful with making Dave possess Golden Freddy, he killed Charlie. This makes her death close enough to the others, and it was still by the pizzeria. Her body could have been moved either by William later or probably by the puppet. Perhaps the puppet thought that she could protect her body if she hid it safely, or moved it and hid it to cry, I dunno. Either way though, this is sad and does make sense for a kid seeing their dead body. Her body was never confirmed to be found, so Henry and everyone else could have assumed she was lured into the back with the others. And Henry figured out eventually the puppet got possessed since it started to act differently. The vengeful spirit is smart, and the puppet is described as always thinking by Ralph. So this grave is Dave Afton, and this grave is Cassidy Emily. And the puppet has for sure interacted with all spirits including Dave, so this makes sense as to why Cassidy's name was found in the logbook. After all, the puppet tried to help Dave remember the happiest day. Please like and subscribe.